Welcome back. In previous videos, we have discussed the what's, why's, and how's of software testing. In this video, we will provide an introduction to test design and its fundamental goals and assumptions. But let us start with a quote. In their recent book on software testing and analysis, authors Mauro Pezze and Michael Jung make the following claim. Experience suggests that software that has passed a thorough set of systematic tests is likely to be more dependable than software that has only been superficially or haphazardly tested. Now, this may seem obvious and self-explanatory, but is it really? So if we revisit some of the fundamentals of software testing, we know the following. We cannot formally prove software to be correct. As we shall see later in the module on static analysis, it is possible to formally prove that certain types of faults are absent in a certain piece of software. But this is not the same as saying that the software is entirely correct. In addition, due to huge input spaces and problems of combinatorial explosion, it is impossible in any realistic situation to perform exhaustive testing, where you test every possible input and combination of inputs on the software under test. So, what do we actually mean when we say thorough and systematic testing? The answer to this question lies in test design. As we stated earlier, these are our goals in testing. We test our software with the intent of evaluating whether it meets its specifications or its intended use. Or we want to measure some aspect of its quality, like correctness, robustness, performance, usability, or some other non-functional property. And of course, we also want to detect as many of the software's defects as possible. Moreover, we test the software by exercising test cases under software under test. As stated previously, a test case consists of an input, which is what should be fed to the system, and an expected output, which describes how the system should behave or respond given that particular input. So, the obvious question is then how one develops test cases that best meet the goals of testing. And this is the fundamental question of test design. In the next video, we will talk about different strategies for test design. Specifically, we will look at different classes of test design techniques and how they make use of different software engineering artifacts like specification, design documents, code, or other artifacts in order to create test cases that systematically and thoroughly cover the software under test.